broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Miriam Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Wake my dreams, let it wash away my sanity.
What's up, Younger fans and Hilary Duff fans, of course. That's why you're watching the show, right? Well, we're back here for another after show of Younger, and we were wrong. This is not the season finale. We're only halfway done, so we have 6 more episodes to go.
Thank God. Thank the Hill Duff God up there.
Thanks, Hill Duff. But I'm your host, Danika Kennedy. You can find me on Twitter at Danika Kennedy. You can find all of us on Twitter at AFTERBUZZ TV. And can they find you, Sam?
And I'm Sam Davidson. You can find me on Twitter at SamD43.
And it's just the two of us ladies tonight, wrapping it up, chilling here in the studio. I felt like this episode didn't have as much going on as most of the episodes do, so I'm glad it wasn't the last one. I was worried about that. I was like, how are they going to wrap it up? And thankfully, one of our viewers cleared it up with us on Twitter. So thank you for reaching out to us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Thanks. You're a genius.
Yes.
And we're just not geniuses.
We're just idiots, basically. Yeah, I mean, we're all puzzled about it, though. We're like, 6 episodes. How are they going to wrap this up and leave
If they were each 1 hour, it would make sense. And just in general, I do think this show should be 1 hour. Like,
it should be.
It's a comedy, but it's also like not. You know?
Weird too, because like we will watch a bunch of things happen in one episode, but then it feels like not that much happened, so you want more. I could really use another half hour each week if they just added them together.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
But I'm stoked. We have 6 more weeks here. I thought this was going to be the last night, so I'm stoked about that.
Me too.
Very exciting.
Excited for Liza's gray hairs to start coming out.
I know. She kind of got called out tonight, which I like. It's getting like a little bit more nerve-wracking. Like she's going to blow her cover soon, or someone else's.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
We shall see.
We shall see. Well, the episode started off with CrossFit, and Josh was like, I want this to be our thing. And I was like, ugh, that is like, I know, such a
I
turn
asked you,
off.
I was like, does he say he wants us to be our thing? Like, that would literally make me throw up, actually. Just CrossFit in general would make me vomit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would be a lot skinnier, but I just don't.
I wouldn't be as happy.
Or I would just feel like, aren't we supposed to like relax and watch Netflix together and eat? That's how I think relationships are supposed to go.
Yeah.
Watching Younger, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Making your boyfriend watch Younger.
Yeah, making them watch TV with you in bed, not having them make you work out with them.
Yeah.
Like the lazier relationship approach.
Yeah, I like that. I'm down with that.
Was not having it though. I mean, she was
tried.
dying. She tried. She was so sore. But they even said in the beginning of class, if you're over 40, like take this with caution, or like you might want to leave, kind of thing. And it's like, that's such a shitty situation.
Yeah,
like when do they
do
that? Out. Like, have you ever been in a class where they're like, this age or older you shouldn't? I mean, I've heard people say like, oh, if you're pregnant, or like if you have weak knees or things like that, but not like 40 or older out.
Yeah, no, that was pretty specific and
very
ridiculous.
Weird.
Well, you know, just.
And why is it 40? It's always 40 on the show. I'm like, not like, oh, you're getting middle aged, or like 45, 50. It's always like right on the nose, like scary 40.
Scary 40, is that what we're calling it now? Yeah.
I mean, it's freaking me out the way they show it on the show.
Except if you're Liza, you can still look younger.
I feel like Sex and the City made me want to be older and single and fabulous, and this show is like, oh my god, I don't want to get old. I need to put wrinkle cream on my knuckles as soon as I get home.
That's an amazing point, Danika. Actually,
they're very similar though.
Yeah, it's true. It's just kind of like reversed in a way.
It's like one is fear of getting to that age, and one is embracing that age and just like having fun.
Yeah, I mean, here's my question. Like, once the cat's out of the bag, which it is bound to be, is this show gonna not be, like, they can't change the name. It's still gonna have to have a similar theme of being younger. But people are gonna find out.
Yeah, it just depends on how they're going to find out and how quickly, and if they're going to tell other people. It'll be interesting to see how they unfold. But either way, she's so younger, aka immature in ways, like just the way she acts and carrying on this whole premise the whole time.
I mean, I've said this before. It is semi-sociopathic.
It's crazy.
She is adorable, and like Liza is just perfection, and everyone loves her. She's so easy to like. She's beautiful, looks very young, but what she's doing is like very wrong, especially for someone she's having sex with.
Very wrong.
And lying to Josh. And we, not to get ahead, but like, Josh talked about it later, that he thought it would be weird for someone to act like they were so much younger.
Which, I mean, let's just jump to that now. Do you think he was trying to call her out and see if she would confess, or he was just like making a remark on Annabelle, which, by the way, Jane Krakowski, love that she was in this episode.
Yes, and I do the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt as well, and sometimes Danika is on that, and like I
such a good
did
show.
It tonight, and I have like 2 doses of Jane, and I just love her. But I don't think Josh is that smart.
I don't think so either. It's sad though, because I mean, I totally agree. Like, she's such a sociopath in this, and comparing it to Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, where it's also like, I'm an adult acting younger, or New Girl, where I'm adorkable. It's like, it's a different, like, malicious vibe. Like, she's conniving, and it's not an innocent, fun feel to it. It's like, oh, she's a total liar and a sociopath in a way.
Yeah, I mean, like, lying about your name or where you're from or your past is one thing, but saying you're 26 when you're 40, or is she 40 or 41? I don't remember.
I think she's 40.
She's exactly 40. Like, that's a big jump. It's a big thing.
Well, she's pretending to be an age that her daughter is almost. So that's pretty wild.
And I'm so glad that her daughter came back tonight, because as we were watching, I was thinking, I said to you, I was just like, where's the daughter? We saw the ex again.
Which is interesting that they're pulling him in more than the daughter, I think. I think they're trying to stir the pot with the relationship drama, though.
Yeah, I definitely do, too. I mean, he has a gambling problem. What's his name?
He's such a loser in it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a total of David. David is his name. He's a loser, and in a way, I'm not really quite sure. He looked different than he did. We said when we saw him a couple episodes ago. We saw him briefly a few episodes ago, but...
They totally could have used a different actor. And I wouldn't
could
have known.
be. I'm going to actually look it up tonight when I get home, because I'm interested to see, because he looks completely different to me.
That's funny. I want to go back and see, too, because they just showed him a little bit. I think they're trying to show, like, okay, the ex is a loser. This is her moving on and having fun kind of thing, because he's so lame in every scene that he's in. He's, like, begging for money, like $1 for food or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we just, like, get snippets of her past, but... we don't start the show on like a strong foundation of who she is or who she was.
Yeah.
So like it would, to get flashbacks and stuff would be helpful. Because we really don't know. If we knew what she went through in order to be this lying sociopath, would be nice, because we don't know what she went through. We know she has a daughter and an ex-husband that has a gambling problem, and that's about it.
That's why I don't connect to this character enough. I feel like I don't have like enough of that backstory or relate to her in any way, and I'm just like, what are you doing? You're crazy. Especially with the whole, like, I understand the job thing, like, you need a job, but everything about the job is like, you're gonna be the younger girl to plan the party or whatever the topic is of the day. And I get it at work, but it's like her whole life has become that completely.
Yeah, because she started dating Josh and is now best friends with Hilary Duff, Kelsey. I had to look. I can't call her anything but Hilary Duff.
Kelsey just doesn't stick in my mind. I keep wanting to say Hillary or Lizzie. I'm like, Lizzie.
I call her
long
Hill.
time ago.
We're best
Hill
friends.
Duff, Hill Dog.
Yeah.
So this episode, Shedonism, that was Jen Krakowski's character, Annabelle's new book, and she's such a hot mess and fabulous, as she always is the same kind of character, but it's the best character ever.
Yes.
And she's smoking cigarettes in the office and just being a party crazy girl. Like, the party was bad because it ended up with her underwear on. Usually it'd be lost by then, so you know it was a downer.
Yeah, and that's how you know it's a bad party if your underwear is still on, guys. I hope children are not watching this. That is a lie. That is a big lie. Keep it on, guys. Keep it on.
Unless you want to be a dirty little hoe like her in this.
Yeah.
Getting around. She's middle-aged and she's just still partying like crazy.
And at one point I was like, is her nose bleeding?
Yeah, it was bleeding, but I didn't see how that happened. I just assumed it was from like, cocaine or something like that.
I think
she's just a party
either
girl.
something was cut or they just wanted us to assume that it was cocaine because
she was just like passed out. I didn't see anything happen where she got hit or punched or anything like that. But I would love to read her book just to see what it says. It would be so funny to have like a fan copy or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I love her. And we find out that
hilarious.
she's like good friends with Diana.
Yes.
Or Diane. Sorry, Diane.
She used to pal around with her when they were both wild, but then Diane just settled down with the career, made some smart choices, but she also seems like a cold bitch that has no friends, so priorities.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but
she's
successful.
Neither of them are married and have kids, so
yeah.
I hope there's a third one maybe that made it right.
Did something right
that
there.
That does not mean that you make it right if you have a family and kids. Like, no, like Diane is
it just
definitely
looks like you did.
Yeah, just like on
photo.
Facebook and Instagram and stuff. It looks like you guys made it. But she seems to have some pent-up aggression.
Yes.
Towards Annabelle.
I feel like she's kind of jealous or there was drama in the past that needs to be released or explained.
I don't think we know how many episodes Jane is supposed to be on. Is it just one, or I'm actually not quite sure. I hope there's more too.
I feel like it might have just been a guest spot kind of thing for an episode or two to bring attention to the show, but I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I hope she's in a lot of it because she's one of my favorite actors. I mean, I love 30 Rock. She just cracks me up. Jenna.
Yeah.
She's such a diva.
She's the best.
So funny. I love it.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing.
She called out Liza, though. She was drunk in the cab, probably coked up, I'm assuming, because the bloody nose. I don't really know. She was definitely messed up. Not sure what she was on. And she's helping her in the car, in the cab, and she looks at her hands and she's like, oh, your hands are a dead giveaway, or your hands give it all away.
And that's
while she's wasted.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing is that everyone around her does not seem to notice that it's totally sober, smart, intelligent, present in the moment. But
the drugged up girl,
the drugged up woman that's like a hot mess, she knows the second she sees her hands.
And it was crazy because they were trying to make her seem like the young party planner the whole time. And
like, did she know the whole time, Annabelle, that
I feel like she probably did or could tell. And then when she was drunk, she just said it.
Yeah.
She was looking at her hands. When that line went on, I was like looking at my hands. I was like, oh man, I need to start putting some lotion on them or something. We both started about
putting like sunscreen on our hands when we drive.
Driving.
Yeah, you said
traffic.
That. I was like, you're insane. Then I was like, whoa. Actually,
my hands are always in the sun for driving.
Well, I mean, aren't they all?
Yeah.
If you're living sunny California.
LA lifestyle, traffic all the time.
Hashtag LA problems. Our hands turn tan and old fast because there's so much sun.
And we're just tanner in general.
Yeah.
Not me right now.
Poor us.
Poor us.
Yeah, poor us.
Speaking of hashtags, I forgot to mention when Annabelle slammed into the glass and it went viral on Vine and Twitter and stuff. I liked that part.
And it was broadcasted on like everything because that was the whole thing. And Eliza's whole relationship to Twitter was very new, any kind of social media, and she is so confused. And I love how she sounds like a mom when she talks sometimes.
Oh, she totally sounds like a mom.
Yeah, and exactly as Kelsey said, like, you're not my mom.
So and it doesn't matter.
Like, well, yeah, actually, well, I'm not. I'm not a mom. It was like an epiphany that came to her, you know? In a way, it's like, I guess I can do whatever I want.
Just do whatever.
Do whatever. Whomever.
It was supposed to be a very popular party on Twitter, so I guess it worked out for her in the end since that's her job, to be a social media connoisseur, you know?
Yeah. I mean, but then Diane came to the party and said it was a failure. She saw what happened on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
We aren't really quite clear if it was a success.
Hey, but it went viral. I mean, it's publicity, not necessarily good publicity, but it's
any
bumping.
publicity is good publicity.
All the parties here in town, like a good party here in Hollywood, when you see news about it, it's like, oh, this person was passed out, this person flashed their vagina while getting into a cab, you know. That's always how the wild ones go. Charlie Sheen was doing something crazy, you know.
Yeah.
It's how it is here.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? I don't want to be one of them.
No.
But we could write about it and
I'm
talk
more of
about
like
it.
a Netflix homebody kind of person, but
Yeah, me too.
drinking at home. Way more fun.
Yeah, it is way more fun. But when you're being younger, you gotta go out.
You gotta go out.
And how old are you?
I'm 24, so I should be going out.
Yeah, seriously, you are young. I'm 27, so I'm like literally a year older than this. Now this show made me feel officially over the hill because it's because it's 26 because she's 26
yeah.
and I'm like, oh no, I'm 27. Uh-oh. Like, why did they say 27?
Like, oh,
whatever. You're 24.
Whatever.
You don't know. You just don't know.
I just want to be 25 forever so I can like rent a car and do things that I want to do, but then like not get older after that. That would be really nice.
Well, it's the last thing you can really do that has an age constraint against it is rent a car when you're 25. So it's
the last like finish line I want to pass.
Yeah, until you get your
discount is not
Social
something.
Security. Yeah.
Not looking forward to that nearly as much. Not really looking forward to either.
Well, you know what's funny is that since 27 was always a scary age for me for some reason because it's officially your late 20s. And I'm always said I'd never be the girl that would lie about her age. And sometimes when people ask me how old I am, I'm like, 23. What?
Oh, wait, what happened? What year is it?
Like, what did I just say? And I just like shout out random ages, 25 and younger.
Like 15.
Yeah, that doesn't really work for me, actually, the 15. But it's like I can kind of relate to Eliza in that respect with my like shout outs of being younger age.
A lot of women have this problem, I think, especially with social media now, too, and all the media where everyone's airbrushed perfectly with no wrinkles, nothing natural, just like blown out. I feel like it makes women feel like the need to even look younger.
Yes.
And of course TV, media just in general, models, everything. But
yeah,
I like that the show's kind of like showing both sides to that.
Yeah,
I get jaded from watching all this junk all the time.
It's true, but I'm just like so scared to see what's gonna happen because I think it's gonna be a huge like blow up volcano.
I think so too. I mean, once you start with one lie, it just goes to another and another, and then she's just, not even a real person.
How many lies that Eliza has told Josh? Not only about her age, about India. Like is kind of like
it's spiraled out of control.
Yeah, I mean she's being her daughter in a way, which is weird. I'm like nervous for her daughter to meet
She's trying
Josh.
to live through her. Yeah. In a weird way.
I'm like, ugh, what if her daughter meets Josh and it's, I don't know.
Was it you that predicted that her daughter was going to hook up with Josh?
Maybe, probably.
Well, Annabelle, like, saw the dolphin tattoo and was like, where does that point to? And started, like, undressing him, basically, in front of her. I would not let that fly if that was happening to my boyfriend. Some girl was doing that.
Yeah.
And she just walked away with him. I was like, okay, that was a really weird scene that they never kind of wrapped up. They're just trying to show that she's crazy, I guess.
But you know what? I think that, like, Josh really likes Annabelle. Annabelle. No, not Annabelle. Sorry. Liza. He really likes her, and we can tell that he likes her, so it's kind of like a trust. He's obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The daughter thing, I really hope would never happen just because, like, they really... Because if they didn't have sex and stuff and, like, care for each other to this point, it would be different. But now that they have done the dirty, like, a lot, we're assuming that's just wrong.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But I'm excited for the daughter to come into play besides via Skype.
Yes.
Like, in real life, come back home... Which will be weird because she's kind of homeless because her parents suck and, like, don't have homes or boats anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like crashing at friends' couches.
I mean, he gambled, but, like, how can you really, just gamble away, like, all of your assets? It's just insane, I guess.
That's when you have a problem.
I suppose so, but, like, a lot of those things, Liza should have been, like, a co-signer on or something to be able to do that. That's his wife.
Good thing her name's not on it, though.
Yeah.
On the contracts, I guess,
I
now
suppose
since
so.
they're divorced. But hey, he's just going to be that loser that keeps crawling back throughout the season, I think.
But he is crawling back for a reason, I think. If he was just a random loser, not random guy she married, had a kid with, he'd be gone. But there is a reason that he is coming back slowly. Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy if he like broke the news to someone about her age, or I don't know, it spilled that way.
Yeah, that's interesting. That could be a way that the news spills is through him.
I don't know how anyone else would be like meeting him or hanging out though. They would have to have an interesting social setting, like the daughter coming home for something, or I don't know. It'll be crazy. My favorite quote in the whole episode though was from Annabelle, Jane Krakowski. She said, "Close your heart and open your legs for everything I have to offer." That was like the best line, I think.
Yes.
She always has good lines though in everything she's in.
She does, and that is a great one. And one to live by. Again, children that are possibly watching, don't do it, but adults, go for it.
Go for it. Have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, should we get into some predictions?
Yes.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
You go first.
Okay. Well, I think that Liza's daughter is going to come back and some things are going to accidentally happen. And I think that at one point, Liza will get promoted because they find out her age, but then she will also get dumped because of her age. So it's like one way will go up and the other way will go down.
That's a good prediction. I like that. I think that Hill Dog is going to get caught with the writer by her boss. Like,
what about her boyfriend, by the way?
I feel like it's going to be really messy, whatever happens with that, because they're both in relationships, but they don't care about the other relationships, obviously. And I think either everyone at their work's going to know or everyone at their home lives is going to spiral out of control, probably parallel to when Liza's lie is going to spiral out of control. Maybe they'll both have like a downward collapse together and have to be friends to get each other through it or something.
And that'll be the way that Hill Dog will stay her friend since she's old.
Yeah, that's
not
the
old.
only way.
She's just 40.
Middle-aged.
But you know what, guys? We're living a lot longer these days. So, they say 30's the next 20, which is like such a lie.
Yeah,
but I would say maybe 25, perhaps.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, we'll just be able to live forever. We'll just, take a pill and it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Plastic surgery. It'll work out, you guys. Robots, something will happen.
Yeah, something will happen, and this won't be an issue.
It won't be an issue
anymore.
At all.
But yeah, no, one quick thing about Hill Dog, and I love that Joe created that because I just call her Hill Duff all the time because I talk about her all the time. I'm like that. I think that, her boyfriend's a douche. We already knew that. So this is kind of nice in a way to see her being treated, quote unquote, a bit better. So I do think that something good is going to happen because we haven't seen the writer be a douche to her yet.
And usually if I ever saw a friend in a situation like this or someone else, I'd be like, why would you hook up with someone that's cheating on someone else? Because they're just going to cheat on you too. That's usually what I think.
Yeah.
But in this situation, I'm like, hey, even if he's a douchebag, he's still an upgrade from the dick you're dating now.
Yes, it's true. What's that guy? I forget that guy's name. It's a douchey name too.
They just made him the most East Coasty preppy douche they could, I think. I don't even remember his name, but he's barely even in it. So
and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to. The only scenes he's in are party boy shot scenes.
Yes, fine by me.
Fine by me too. Well, let's get into some news and gossip.
Ooh.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
So, speaking of Hill Duff's douchey dating tendencies or whatever we're talking about, she is on Tinder. News alert. So I just got a new job at TMZ and we gossip all the time. And one of the stories today was that Hilary Duff is on Tinder and she's been talking to this guy for a while and she was afraid to meet him in real life by herself, which I would be too, because I am in general, and I'm not a celebrity. So she brought a couple friends with her, aka her co-stars from Lizzie McGuire, super throwback. And they went to a bowling alley with the guy and hung out, I guess, and they posted some pictures on Twitter and Instagram. But I think it's giving hope to everyone else in LA that's on Tinder or not on Tinder. Like, oh, well, if she's on there, then there has to be good, worthy people on there, right?
Yes. And I also heard her on the Ryan Seacrest radio show, and she has another Tinder date next week. And he asked if she would be going out with a guy this week again. She said she has not heard from him. She's not too sure, but she already has another one lined up for next week. And she said that she wants to fall in love again, doesn't know if she wants to get married.
Interesting. I mean, she just went through a divorce and she has a kid. So
that guy, I really do think she tried to give him a lot of chances, but then he kind of like hit on too many waitresses and strippers, and
too much.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details on that. I've heard mixed feelings about, or mixed reviews, I guess I should say, about her ex, about like, oh, he's this really nice, normal guy. And I've also heard that he's a total scumbag. But I guess either way, it's good that she's single, having fun, dyeing her hair crazy colors.
Well, it was really funny when I listened to the radio interview today. Ryan Seacrest said to her, like, how did you know they would like swipe right for you? And she was like, I mean, hello, like, I'm Hilary Duff. Yeah. It's basically like what she said. And I mean, yeah, she's right. Why wouldn't regardless if she's beautiful or she's not beautiful, she is a celebrity. So of course people are going to be curious and swipe right.
She's a hot girl on Tinder that's a celebrity. So just like perfect all around. I also have to say, speaking of her appearance, she looks great right now. Like, when she first got her plastic surgery done, it was like, I don't know if it settled in or if she got her teeth filed down or something tweaked or what. Like, at first it was like too much. And there's all these stars that go like a little bit too far with plastic surgery. And it makes me sad because they're usually really pretty before, and she's always been naturally beautiful. But I think she looks amazing right now. Whatever she had done, whatever she's doing, she looks great.
And her
Maybe
body
the divorce
looks great.
worked on her.
Yeah, I mean, she had a baby too.
Her abs are amazing though. For someone that popped out a kid, like, she looks amazing.
Yeah, she really does. A lot of love to Hill Duff.
We love you, girl. Hill Duff fan club over here. I feel like that's us every time.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like Hill Duff and Jane Krakowski fan club, even though she's on one episode.
Absolutely.
Well, where can they find you on Twitter? Online?
You guys can find me online at samdavidsonentertainment.com and on Twitter and Instagram at samd43.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, the works, at Danika Kennedy. And we have 6 more episodes back in the studio, so we'll see you guys the next few weeks. Thanks for watching.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.